everybody? Welcome back to Fans Down South. And you know what? It is football season once again, Steve.
It's officially here, man. It's been a little while, John.
Yes.
Yes, we're glad it's here, and all the anticipation, build-up has been happening. We're here.
Yeah. Real people are going to get on the gridiron and actually hit each other, and it's going to mean something. It's not. This is not NFL preseason junk. This is real consequences. So, Alabama, Florida State.
Sounds like fun to me. Definitely going to be fun. We got Alabama, the Crimson Tide, taking on Florida State. Number 1 versus number 3. Do you think they just set that up that way?
I don't know. You know, that's interesting. People are already saying they haven't played the first snap, and they're already saying that the loser could make it to the national championship game.
Yeah, they're already setting that up for us already. I think it's going to be.
So this game doesn't matter before it even starts.
That's right. The losers who we're looking at. Well, you know, it's going to be an interesting game. You got Jimbo Fisher, of course. Nick Saban, former assistant coach. You got Nick Saban in Alabama. And, of course, last time...
Yeah, because they were at LSU together.
They were. And last time these teams played each other, Alabama lost. It was maybe Saban's first year.
Okay.
Something like that. It was a few years ago. But it's been a while since those teams have played. And people, you know, especially this general area, the Florida Panhandle, all the way up to, halfway up and all the way up to Alabama. You got fans that even people up in North Alabama come to the Florida Panhandle, of course, a lot during the summertime for the coast. And so you have a lot of fans talking back and forth and similar fan bases a little bit. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. I like when it gets down to the nitty gritty of the game. Florida's offense should be stellar. That should be really good.
Yeah.
And Alabama's offense should be a question mark.
Yeah, because, well, you got Steve Sarkisian now. He's he's not.
Oh, he's got to bring it up, don't you?
No. Who is the offensive coordinator? I forgot. I lost track.
I can't pronounce his name.
You don't know his name?
Don't let me do that.
Okay.
But he used to be he was actually an assistant up with the Patriots. And he has come in, and you know he's very different from the other offensive coordinators we've had. The Sarkisian 2-week experiment we had, and then we had, of course, Lane Kiffin before that. He's a little different, but he also has been told from the get-go, from what I understand, we want to keep it wide open. One of the things about Lane Kiffin that I think Nick Saban had to pick and choose things he liked. He did like a lot about Lane Kiffin's coaching. I don't think he liked some of the off-the-field stuff, but he loved the way that it opened up.
Yeah.
Nick Saban, not an open-up offense guy, but he saw the benefit of it. And I think we'll see some of that. I don't think it'll be quite as wide open. I think it'll be a little more conservative. I don't know. We'll see. I just don't know. I think we'll have more down-the-field passing, from what I understand.
Okay.
But who knows? We'll just find out on that day.
Well, it's really cool, too, that it's in the new stadium there in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You got the Georgia Dome, which is, 20, 30 years old. Yeah. It's still one of the best venues out there.
It was one of the best. Yeah,
and now, now they're like, never mind, not a big deal.
Well,
we'll just replace it.
It's Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which is that's what used to be in New Orleans, right? The Superdome.
Yeah.
So what's the Superdome now? Is it like Daimler Chrysler Building? I mean, seriously. I don't know either. I wonder what it is.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Stadium. Anyway, it's something different now. But anyway, they got Mercedes. They say it's incredible. It's like state of the art. I wanted to go so bad, seriously.
Yeah.
But I like both my kidneys, and I didn't want to sell one of them because it's an expensive ticket.
So let's say if you sold a kidney, you could afford what, one ticket, or could you get two?
No, just one.
Just one.
No, just one ticket for a kidney.
Okay.
If you sold both,
so your wife would have to sell her kidney too if she wanted to go with you.
No, if my wife sold her kidney, we could at least get a parking pass for me. That's all. She's a lot tinier woman than I am.
Maybe you could just leave early and walk from the hotel, or I don't know that you could afford a hotel though.
Yeah, it's downtown Atlanta. It's just a little pricey at times. So we're going to watch it somewhere. I mean, that's my plan. I'm trying to
where are you going to watch the game?
Well, that's a good question. Thanks for asking, John.
Okay.
So here's what I got to do. I got to be at the beach. And then on Saturday, I'm going to be at the beach again. So I got to find somewhere on the coast to watch.
Figure it out.
Do you have any suggestions down there?
Well, I'm sure there's plenty of sports bars over there. Your wife, you could take her to Hooters with you.
Yeah, she's a big fan of that. That's for sure. I keep telling her, baby, they got the best wings in the world. She never falls.
Yeah, she doesn't go for that.
They really do.
I don't know. I'm sure There are any number of places I'm sure that's going to have the game on.
Yeah, you're right. There'll be a lot of places.
I wish they still had Baumhauer's down there. They used to have,
down at the wharf. That'd be a perfect place to watch it.
Yeah, it would be.
But there's plenty of places to watch it, like you say.
Yeah.
Right around from where we stay, there's Choppers or something like that. There's a little, I don't know, a pub that you can watch the game at that serves food and stuff. So I don't know. We'll find somewhere.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
It's not going to be in the privacy of my own home, that's for sure.
Well, let me ask you this, because I've been hearing this, and I don't know if it actually means anything or if this is like sort of a sly, sort of, degrading way of describing Florida State, but they say that Florida State is built like an SEC team. Does that actually mean anything? Or is that kind of like putting down Florida State a little bit?
Well, not according to people in the SEC, it's not. But you ask anybody from the ACC.
You see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying. And
does that just mean that they're good? Is that what that means?
It does mean they're good. They're built. I think the way you see SEC teams, they have a lot of beef. Like a lot of stocky offensive linemen and really fast big people, if you just want to call it that way.
Fast big people.
They have big people that are fast. That's what the SEC. I mean, you'll see some big lines in the SEC, but they're just as fast as the smaller lines.
Yeah.
And so I think that's kind of what they're saying about Finney. And then again, you have coaches that are coaching for Florida State that are that are from SEC schools in the past. And so that's one thing I think. The other part of that is you're in the same region. I mean, yes, they are an ACC team, but they're stuck between LSU and Florida as far as teams, as far as across the coast.
Yeah.
And then you got Georgia right above them and Alabama and Auburn. And so they're kind of, I mean, they could very easily be an SEC team.
Well, they're an SEC country.
Yeah, you're right. I think in the off season, what we've seen a lot of is a lot of ACC poking out their chest because, hey, Clemson won.
Well, why not? I mean, they should.
I don't blame them. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying more than we've ever seen. Now they have something to actually brag about. And so they've been doing it. They've been strutting it. The ACC commissioner and the coaches in the offseason and the media days talking a lot of positive smack, not bad stuff, but just talking a lot of stuff about their schools. And so it's going to be an interesting year for the ACC to see how they reclaim maybe the status of the nation's powerhouse conference.
Well, this is a good week to start off with it.
Yeah.
I mean, if Alabama beats Florida State like a lot of people are expecting, then that kind of changes the conversation a good bit.
I don't know the points. Last I heard, the point spread was about 7 for Alabama,
which is really low if you think about it, because I want to say maybe it was a 7-point spread whenever they played in the national championship game. I mean, it's very rare that you see Alabama with a lower spread than 7.
It'll be a neat game. I think there's both teams have something to prove. Alabama, I don't understand exactly, but there's the description I've heard about Bama's team is Bama's team coming out with a chip on their shoulder. I'm like, what do they got to prove? I mean, really?
They're so upset.
Because they finished
last
second
season.
Last year.
They lost a game.
That's right.
And now.
Now the vengeance is theirs.
The vengeance.
They'll never lose for the next 10 years. I'm a Bama fan, but look, obviously that Clemson loss hurt. But I mean, it's a game, and somebody had to win.
Right.
Like I said,
that was a great game.
Like I said after that game, John, I had a lot of people asking about it. And my thing was, it had to come to an end at some point. As far as continuing to, I don't mean this.
It did. It started to look like whoever had the ball last was going to win.
Yeah.
And that's ultimately what happened. I mean, even though Alabama technically had the ball last, there really wasn't a lot of time left, and so, it was kind of like, Clemson had that last major drive, and that was, that was enough to, make the difference in the game.
Well, I think it's going to be a great game. I think Florida State will certainly be ready to prove, hey, Clemson beat you last year. Here we are.
Right.
We're ready to show you what we can do. And it's going to be a fun one, man. It's going to be a battle at 7 o'clock.
Jimbo
and Nick.
Well, and I am going to be actually going to Auburn to see.
Just rubbing it in.
I didn't have to sell a kidney.
There you go.
Yeah. I only had to go give blood.
You can sell a kidney bean. Come on.
I can sell a kidney bean.
No, it's gonna be a good game.
Auburn's playing Georgia Southern. It's not a big game, but I bought my dad a couple tickets for his birthday, which was a couple months ago, and I said, hey, they're your tickets. Do whatever you want with them, you know. But he asked me; he wanted me to go with him, and so I said, "Yeah, that'd be great." And so it'd be the first time me and my dad's gotten to go to a game in a few years.
Oh man,
so that'll be cool.
That's always good.
And you know, I mean, there's something special about it being the first game of the season, even though it's you know, it's a non-conference game and that sort of thing. But you get to see these new players and see them kind of step into these roles, and of course, there's a lot of excitement over this Jared Stidham guy.
Yeah, who's that guy now? That's the kicker.
He is. He's the new
swim coach.
He's the new long snapper. Yeah. Everybody's really excited.
Yeah, there's a lot of excitement about all the Tigers. I mean, I really think
not the guy from the Expendables movie. This is this is the quarterback from Baylor.
I think that I don't know. It's just preseason talk and just seeing the things that you read about and watching some of the videos and stuff. It's gonna be a pretty exciting year for Auburn.
Right now, I mean, everybody's 0-0.
That's exactly
so
right.
We'll see what happens. But we're going to the game, and I'm excited about that.
What are your tailgate plans for that, man?
Tailgate plans are, I'm going to ask my dad what time he wants to leave.
What kind of tailgate?
And then we're going to go.
The Georgia Southern game. They'll still be tailgating.
Yeah, what are the Georgia? What are they?
That's
do we know?
Right there now.
Actually, you know what? I may have this. I'm going to pull it up here. Hold on.
Please do.
I've got it. We're going to figure it out.
We're typing in
Google
right
all
now.
of us together. We will find out.
Hey, while he's doing that, I just want to mention again, thanks to the radio stations that are playing us this year, and you can catch us online always on Fans Down South. But also we're going to be at several radio stations across Alabama this year, and so we're thankful for that.
Okay, Steve, I have it.
What is it?
They look like they're some kind of bird.
All right, here we go.
They're an eagle, maybe. Is that an eagle?
Pull that up.
Let's see what that is. It's an eagle. The Georgia Southern Eagles.
There you go. That's an original mascot.
Yeah. So there you go. The War Eagles versus the Georgia Southern Eagles. So we'll look around the conference play here. We've got Florida A&M at Arkansas, Missouri State at Missouri, North Carolina State versus South Carolina. That ought to be an interesting game.
Yeah.
Michigan versus Florida.
A lot of chatter about this.
Yeah. That's
Florida's having some off the field issues, as teams sometimes do. Bama's had a couple of them the past couple of weeks, but Florida just cannot seem to get out of the news with it. And but you got Jim McElwain versus Mr. Excitement up in Michigan. And used to be Shinbeck.
Has that guy ever met a camera he didn't like?
He loves it, dude.
I think he just loves the attention.
He really does.
And he never stays anywhere. He always, it's like he just gets these teams like right to the brink of greatness. Yeah. And then he's like, all right, that's enough.
I'm out of here. I just took a job at McDonald's. Like, what? Did you
had enough now. Kentucky goes to Southern Miss. That'll be a rematch from last year. Appalachian State at Georgia.
You missed Mississippi State.
Sorry.
How can you miss that?
I did. I should have underlined that one.
Mississippi State going to try not to have what happened to him with South Alabama last year.
Yeah, South Alabama going to Ole Miss. All right.
The Battle of Nashville coming up.
Yes. Vanderbilt versus Middle Tennessee.
So Vanderbilt will be, Middle Tennessee will be traveling all the way over to Nashville, another, 40 miles from Murfreesboro, and playing that one. So that'll be an interesting game.
You've got BYU and LSU. A good official start to the Ed Orgeron era.
Yeah, a couple of big nationwide matchups coming up next, John. You got Texas A&M and UCLA. Mm-hmm. The Bruins and the Aggies taking on each other. That's going to be on Fox Television. That's going to be an interesting game. A lot of pressure on Texas A&M's coaching staff, Kevin Summerlin in particular, to see how he does this year. He's going to have a good season in order to make it last. Yeah,
I keep hearing that. I keep hearing that he's sort of on the hot seat. And it's interesting because he was really a hot coach just a few years ago.
You take Johnny Manziel
could have taken any number.
He's just not that there. Seriously, you think about it.
Yeah, you think about that.
Johnny Manziel goes, and I never would have thought that he would be the glue that kept Kevin Summerlin together. But maybe Kevin can come out this year and put Texas A&M on the winning way. Then you got Tennessee, number 25, the hype machine, the team that is known as personal champions. What are they? I can't remember.
The champions of life.
There we go, champions of life.
You think they can repeat this year, Steve, as the champions of life?
Maybe. I don't know. They're going to be taking on Matthew Jordan, Jackson High School quarterback. Matthew Jordan for the Georgia Tech Bulldogs.
Okay.
So that'll be interesting, too.
Yeah. So we got lots of good matchups.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so I wanted to go over this with you.
Please
you being
do.
an Alabama fan, and of course this is really for all SEC fans, but I think you'll find this interesting. Okay, there's a guy, he's a friend on my Facebook page. Okay, and he posted this. I think this is one of those like copy and paste things.
Yeah.
But we'll see if you agree with this.
All right.
He says this is just a fair warning. With football season coming up. So none of these are meant to be a personal attack, but you have been warned. Number 1, I will not attend anything past noon on Saturdays unless you have NCAA on a television.
Check. Go ahead.
Check. All right, 1A. Events with Alabama football take priority over all other events.
Check.
1B. Events with SEC football will take priority over all other events except Alabama football.
Check.
Number 2. I will be high-strung, loud, and obnoxious if you are around me while Alabama is playing.
Or I might just be real quiet and not talk to him.
Well, yeah, there's that too.
Yeah.
Let's see. 3. I will wear Alabama apparel on Saturday.
Oh, that's definite.
No exceptions.
And my wife, too, she's with me.
You got to have her accessorized.
Oh, yeah, she's going to be ready.
Okay.
She'll have her game gear on.
What do you do? Let's say it's a Saturday and Alabama's not playing, but it's the fall.
Saturday and Alabama's not playing?
Yeah, an off week.
I don't normally dress up if it's not a game day.
Okay.
But I will usually go somewhere like the grocery store at one time during the fall. That one Saturday in the fall, I get to go to the grocery store.
Yes.
And then I come back and watch football.
Okay.
So don't have to dress up that day.
All right. Let's see. Number 4. Weddings are for bye weeks. It's not my fault you are starting your married life proving to everyone you are a horrible planner. I won't be there, but I will wish you the best of luck as soon as the game is over.
I'm going to be honest with you, John. That one right there hits close to home. And I will be at the wedding. But don't you get mad that I don't stay for the reception.
Yes. Do you have that happen where you have to go to weddings?
I was in a
during
wedding.
Football season? Yes.
I was in a wedding and I just left.
Yeah.
Didn't stay for the pictures, didn't stay for the catching of the bouquet and all that kind of stuff.
And see, me doing video production, it puts me in a tough position because I get people that want to hire me.
Yeah.
I've got somebody right now that wants to hire me for the Iron Bowl day. What is that about?
Well,
Steve?
It's an opportunity for you is what it is. It's an opportunity for you to triple that rate.
Triple the rate.
I would.
Yeah.
It's holiday rate,
it's
man.
like, holiday, hazard pay.
It's definitely holiday rate.
Yeah.
Go to Walmart during that game and see if it ain't a holiday. I mean, for real, they can't even find cashiers.
Number 5, and this is the final one. In the event that we are watching a game together and you are not an Alabama fan, you will not cheer against Alabama, and I will not cheer against your team. This rule can be confusing to some, but it is explained by saying that you can make positive statements for your team not make negative comments against my team.
That's pretty good. I like that.
You like that?
Or just abstain from watching the game together. That's what I try to do.
I have a hard time watching games with fans of the team that we're playing against.
Yeah,
yes.
me too.
Do you have a hard time with that?
I do, John. Look, we're both Christians. We both go to church. We know that.
Yes.
Nothing gets under my skin worse than, and I understand it. Everybody's always looking for opportunity, and so do I. Opportunities to get together and socialize and build community. That's great. Mm-hmm. Alabama.
In theory, it's
Alabama
great.
games is not the time to do that.
Yes.
It is not.
Yes.
If you want to build community, don't get around on Alabama game.
Yeah, and that's, you bring up a good point because the thing is, even if you are fans together, like you're around other Alabama fans or I'm around other Auburn fans, I don't necessarily want to socialize with you during the game.
No.
Especially if it's a tight game.
I guarantee we may grab the same bag of charcoal when we go to the grocery store before the game, and we may nod at each other when you have that other gear on. But I don't want to see you till Sunday at church. I really don't. We'll talk about it then. We'll be cordial.
Well, yeah.
But I don't want to sit there beside you.
Yeah.
Can't stand that. You got a pet peeve right there. You just got all over, John.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry
Struck a nerve.
Now, is your wife, is she understanding of these?
Well, John,
these scenarios?
We had to go through quite a bit of training before we actually said I do. We had you have marriage counseling, and we had had the financial part that took about a week or two together, and you had other things you had to go through as far as what it's like to be married, working out, and being unselfish. And then we had about a 4-week series on football, and just understanding what part of our life is dedicated to between the times the last week of August through January 1st. And sometimes a little further, hopefully January 8th or 10th or whatever the championship game is. Yes, we work things out. She understands.
But she understands.
She understands, and she abides by those rules that we jointly agreed upon. And I have some things I have to live up to.
Yeah.
After football season. But during football season, she's very gracious.
Yeah.
She lets me go to wherever I need to go to watch the game. No honeydew chores a whole lot during part of a Saturday.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good.
This is good. I find that my only problem is, see, there are certain games that are understood to be a big deal.
Yeah.
Auburn, LSU, Auburn, Georgia, conference games.
Yeah.
But see, I don't feel like in my marriage that proper respect is given to non-conference games.
So the Georgia Southern?
Yeah. Now, in this case, it is because I'm going.
That's right.
But if I were watching this on TV...
What are you doing? They're going to win anyway. Why are you watching? Get out in the yard.
What? I got to see them.
That's right.
I got to see how they're looking. Because, see, it may not matter that much this week.
Yeah.
But I need to know that they're, improving.
How much, though, being a broadcaster yourself, there, John, how much do you enjoy hearing Rod Bramlett call a game?
I really love listening to Rod Bramlett.
Do you?
But there's a part of me in the back of my head that always will miss Jim Fife.
Touchdown! I'll never forget. I'll never miss that. I can tell you that. Never.
I heard an interesting story about Jim Fife.
What's that?
He started doing that, and he would only do it once in a while, when he was really excited.
Yeah.
But then he found out that Alabama fans hated it. And so then he said, "This is great. I will do it every time they score a touchdown, even if they're down 40-0.
Whatever it takes
against Steve Spurrier."
That is great. That is great. I'm the same way with Eli Gold, though. I love to hear Eli call a game.
Yeah.
I just enjoy it. Like, it seems like when I hear him say, "Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen," when he does that, anytime I get fired up, man.
Well, if it's a big game, I have to tune into the radio, from time to time just to see what they're saying on the radio about the game. It's like, I don't know, there's something about, because the TV, when you watch it on TV, your commentators, they, you don't always have the same ones.
Yeah.
And so it's just something familiar, something that feels good about having that home team commentators.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm sure Saturday I'll bring my little radio with me so I can...
I think the Alabama, Auburn, we're very fortunate to have the broadcasters we have.
Yes.
We really are. Because, I love Eli Gold. People that don't like Alabama, I think a lot of them don't like Eli Gold.
Yeah.
Same thing. Alabama fans normally don't like Rod Bramlett.
Right.
But I like Bramlett. I think he's a very professional broadcaster, and I enjoy listening to him call a game.
Well, we've had fun here on the program.
Definitely.
So there's lots of different ways you can keep up with us. We got Facebook, we've got Twitter. We're also on the radio. Tell us what stations we're on, Steve, because I don't know what stations we're on.
We're on Bama 106.1 in Grove Hill. We're on Smash Hits 94.5 in Jackson, Alabama, and we're on Country 95.5 in Thomasville, Alabama. WJDB.
Nice. Awesome. Well, you can tune into our show every week during the football season.
Yeah. All those shows are on Friday night before high school football starts.
Awesome. Well, we thank y'all for tuning in, and we will see y'all next time right here on Fans Down South.